Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I am Vitskugga and we are back for some D&D tonight. And hi Sarah, welcome to the stream. Much appreciated to have you here. Hope your stream is going well still. But yeah, we are back with some D&D, Calamity of Astralia. My second campaign that I've been making, a homebrew campaign. So if you expect us to follow the rules entirely 100%, then you're probably not gonna be pleased with it, because we are breaking the rules wherever we can, but only in good ways. So, like, I like to make sure that players have fun and that I have fun, and I think that's more important than follow the rules 100%. So, yeah, that's how we're doing it. We are 27 sessions in with this one. And yeah, it's going well so far. We are one man down, sadly, but otherwise we are almost a full house. And yeah, I don't think I have anything to add to it really. I think we'll just get into the game, say hi to the players, and let's get started with it. But before we do, remember that you can spend your channel points to... Oh, right, I need to put down... Oh, god damn it. I know there's always something I forget. So you can spend your channel points to change the outcome of the game, and I'm gonna fix that really quickly, because I turned them off for my gaming streams, and I was supposed to put them on, but then I forgot about it. That's what happens when you have too much to do. So give me a second to fix that. Here we go. But I hope everyone is having a wonderful day at least, and a wonderful evening. But yeah, just to summarize what you can do. So when you spend your channel points, you can give the players or me as a dungeon master nat 1s, nat 20s, advantage, disadvantage, and you can give them random magical items, or even give them a wild magic search on the next spell cast, and this group actually have a lower version for it as well. So if something happens, it's not gonna be just random, it's actually explainable. Well, let's see. Put that on. 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 So many, so many. I think that's about it. Oh, there we go. Alright, now everything is on. Cool. So feel free to use your channel points for that. Also, the music you'll be hearing in the game is made by Kevin MacLeod. And yeah, let's just get into it. I'm getting confused. I can't speak either. So let's just get in before I'm talking my way into hell. So let's jump over and say hi. Hello everyone. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Doing pretty good.
Nice. My stream is really slow. Because...
Oof.
Shit. There we go. Potato. Yes. No. Happy Meal package, which is empty, from McDonald's.
But it did contain potatoes in one way.
It could contain it, but they forgot about it and just gave you an empty Happy Meal box.
So you have no fries?
No fries, no burger, not even a toy. Big sad.
I have a few minion toys in the kitchen.
Well, I guess you got the good Happy Meal package then.
Yeah, but 3 of them are the same.
Oh, damn you. Well, as per usual, one of the players get to do a recap of last session, and if they do it properly, they get a point of inspiration, which they can use to re-roll any roll during the game. So, who wants to be the poor soul doing the recap of last session?
I mean, I can remind our DM to refresh the music.
Cool. That's always a good one.
Last week's Roll20 is absolutely dumb and
Only for you.
Only for me.
Yep.
It
Do you hear it
worked
now?
last week for 10 seconds. Yes, for 10 seconds, and then it was like Roll20 was like, "Nah, we're gonna pause it for you."
Yeah, let's just mess with her just because we can.
I mean, if no one else wants to do it,
Yeah, I don't remember. It was chaotic.
Yeah.
I don't think much happened.
I don't think I did anything interesting last week.
I mean, I can totally do it because I was here, right?
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Fight, sleep. Someone went to a shop.
Oh yeah, I went shopping. I did do something interesting last week.
yeah, you
Yes,
met
you
Adam
did.
again.
I met Adam.
Oh,
I met the Tugboy.
the magical
Met the Kerber.
shop thing.
Well, my notes are a little bit all over the place, but I can give it a good college try.
Good.
So apparently our beautiful lizard man barkeep is named Hezek. He got us some food and drink.
Oh, there was occasion.
Wait, hold up. Now I think I know the order of things. People were slowly waking up, except our dear cleric and our dear wizard, who both were absolutely knackered and decided that rising with the sun was for people who actually care about that stuff. Rickon decided to wander off on his own again, and to find a shop that everyone else was already going to go to if he had just waited a little. As he wandered through the doors of that said shop, he found himself in the exact same shop that he had left in Edelstaff, staffed by the exact same people, aka Victoria Key and Adam Locke. To Rickon's great delight, I'm sure. After some talking back and forth there, we were also told that no, Victoria could not let us skip the whole stupid boat ride bit and just wander through her store to get back to Edelstaff. I'm very happy that Cass wasn't there to hear this because he would have been very sad about the whole ordeal.
Hopes.
Noel had decided to once again scare the ever-loving fuck out of Rickon and snuck along with him. Because apparently that's what sorcerers do.
Rogue, more like it.
I mean, yes. I still think it's funny that we have a rogue who doesn't steal and a wizard who doesn't lie. But the wizard is the thief and the rogue is the liar, so, you know.
And a cleric that isn't great at healing.
Why would a wizard lie?
It's so much more fun to not. You don't have to keep track of the lies.
I thought
no-
Bard was supposed to be lying.
Does no lie a lot. Things. When the truth is that I'm not lying.
No, wait, bards don't lie, they lay.
I do
Sure.
have an asexual bard that I want to play at some point. She's a lot of fun.
She's focusing entirely on her music career.
No, she's a swords bard. So the stabbing bit.
So what barding part does she do besides the barding she has on the horse?
No, she's a knife thrower at the circus.
Oh. So she juggles.
And stabs people. Anywho, through some point, that's one of the NPCs that were talked to. I don't really wrote down who, but I'm guessing it was Hezek, or Victoria, who was talking about dinosaurs and hostile druids in the jungles to the west. Luckily, we're not going there. We're going south. So hopefully, more dinosaurs and less hostile druids. Probably not gonna happen. At some point, Null and Rickon decides that this shopping thing is over and done with. Adam is less snarky with Rickon than last time. And everyone comes back to the tavern for breakfast. Cass managed to somehow roll out of bed and not faceplant into Ajira. But he is miserable because it's hot and we're in a desert town and everything is just meh. That's until he discovers that he has prestidigitation and can make his clothing cooler. And life turns back into being acceptable again. Yen has wandered off to see if she can find some form of contracts.
Permission.
Missions, yes.
Permission. Permission?
Yeah,
permission.
Yes, permission to go with us. Because... Oh yeah, apparently her family leads the guides somehow. I wasn't really clear on that, but... And some talks over breakfast were happening, discussing back and forth what we wanted to do. And we were talking about taking on some more missions while we were out. Yen took us to where the notice board was, next to the bazaar. We found some that were interesting, and all of them led to the same huge minotaur known as General Aziz. We talked to General Aziz, got some information about the contracts, and some crocodile hides. Yeah.
General Aziz related to a chew, because one is a chew and one is a sneeze.
Yes, definitely.
Oh my god.
You can add a point of inspiration for that.
I love me some Men in Tights. I love me some Men in Tights references.
Two.
Marlborough's God bless you.
Yes.
Yep.
So we are now on a mission to hunt 3 of the most deadliest beasts ever known to any world, apparently. One being the hippo, one being the crocodile, and one being scorpions, because apparently we have a death wish. Oh, and also we're gonna probably piss off some druids by hunting in their woods. So, I guess we're fine. And we are also asked to do a special mission for the Sultan, which is retrieving a jewel that is possibly the same thing that we are there to either steal and or destroy. Your choice.
I think we needed to destroy the tiara we have.
Necklace.
Necklace.
Yeah. Is that the jewel? Have we been
Possibly.
told it's a jewel?
We were
It-
told
In the
that,
temple, isn't it?
yeah, we were told there was something in the temple that some cultists, the cultists that worship the Felstat guy wants. No, we know that there's a jewel that the Black Rose wants, and it's in the same place as a jewel that the Sultan wants. And we know that that jewel is bad news because it can poison water without then apparently any restriction. And we are allowed to keep whatever loot we find as long as we register the loot with someone for the Sultan, and as long as we are open to giving the Sultan some of the loot that he wants and in return we would get paid. We are not allowed to kill snakes, jackals, or cats because they're holy creatures and hurting them is punishable by death. Probably everything else that we're about to do to the Sultan's kingdom would be, you know. And at some point during this whole thing, Cass has the brilliant idea of giving Ajira to the Sultan, because what could possibly go wrong?
Well, he could be insulted by that.
Go away! That one hurt.
You can add a point of inspiration for that. Just because I hate myself.
No. Well,
No.
I hate myself, but I don't inspire myself.
And somehow Cass managed to convince both General Aziz and Ajira that this is a brilliant idea. And Ajira is just like, I will rule the other 20 to displace the beasts in the palace, you know that. And Cass is just like, yeah, that's the general idea. So
You think,
Cass is,
General. You think General? I can't even get it out. It's so bad. You think General I sneeze? Is always sneezing because of the Sultan's wife, Pepper.
No. He's allergic to cats.
Generally speaking.
He's
Salt and pepper.
Like, this level of humor is insulting.
And so basically, after Cass sets up the Red Wedding at the Sultan's Palace, we were told by Jen that we should probably get our teensy tiny feet mobilizing if we want to make any headway. Then we had a little bit of discussion of whether or not we should walk through the desert during the day, and came to the conclusion that we could travel a little bit until it gets too hot, and then Cass has tiny hut, so we'll set that one up, rest for 8 hours, and then just keep walking until it gets too hot again. And for some reason, my notes end with everything in one place, and I don't know why.
So the hut is insulating.
Yes.
Yes.
Sultanating, yes.
That sounds intense.
Go. Oh, I also discovered that it's a 10-foot radius tent, so we won't get immediately hotboxed by Marber.
Of course, it's hotboxed in the desert.
I mean,
Fight stop.
And Marbor's head's going to be outside of the dome. Just his head. We'll stick him. Just shove him.
I'm just saying, as a white dragonborn, I have cold breath and I can make things cold.
Marber,
As long as you don't smoke
we're
in the
gonna have
box.
an amazing time together.
I suppose we should try to weed out Marbor's more difficult qualities.
But that's not not bad quality. Nola loves it.
And to do that, you need to get to the roots of the problem.
I mean, we could nip it in the bud, but you know.
Can we just
Stop!
leave it out?
Everyone stop! Go away! I'm leaving. Goodbye.
No, we lost our leader.
Belegar also got a package Noel picked up at
Yeah.
from Key that she put the seal on, an explosive package with explosive bolts that if anyone but Belegar opens, it's gonna explode. That he gave to him at the inn.
Yeah, they should probably leave it alone.
So you haven't opened
Kick
it
him
yet.
out of the
You
chat.
mean?
Yep,
Next
you
person to
haven't
make
opened it yet.
backyard leaps forever.
I mean, I'll just add one more thing to the encounter table that is even worse. So, like, yeah, I mean, you can just keep going. I'll
I mean, we've already left Aziz's general vicinity, so
yeah, the general vicinity, I guess.
yep.
Well, with all those, I don't even want to call them dad jokes because they're so bad that even dads wouldn't joke about them. But
I feel like if you should leave put this clip, he's laughing his head off.
Dad jokes are
yeah.
Dad, I found all these funny.
Yeah. Well, either way, we shall get moving with the story. So,
Did Null give the package to Belegar?
He did.
yes.
Okay.
He put it right in front of him at the table when he was eating breakfast and moved away.
Alright. I don't remember that much, but...
Yeah.
What was in it? Alright, I'm going to open...
Explosive bolts you have ordered from Victoria Key.
Right.
I don't remember how many or what the hell it was, but
Well, neither do I. What if I wrote it down?
I think, I'm not sure, 10 explosive balls?
mean-
I must have it in my session notes.
I believe it was 10 explosives. And then
Oh, that was 2.
I think there was some more as well.
Yeah, but I don't remember it. But I paid for it. Shit.
Well, I could look back at the sessions because we have them recorded. So could always go back and see if I can find it.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking to see if I wrote it down.
Either way,
So
speaking of which, if anyone in the chat is feeling really depressed about not having been able to watch every session, you can find every session on my YouTube channel, which should have the same name. So all the sessions are there, except the last 5 ones. They are coming up sometime tomorrow, probably. But yeah, either way, while people are trying to figure that out, we're going to continue. So, at the end of last session, also you can add a point of inspiration for that recap, by the way. At the end of the last session, you finally exited Sedesia, moving southwards, following the road, going side by side with the river. Gensha leading the way. You have been informed in different ways of your own task. Whether you're sharing it with the others or not, that's up to you. But around this time, it is probably a good time to do the whistle.
She will just stretch and look around at everyone and was like, well, if people are tired of walking, I might have something that might help. If anyone is interested.
not walking through sand and getting sand everywhere? Of course I'm interested.
My question is more, how good are you with animals or beasts?
Bellegar's going to shoot up a hand and say, I can handle a budget.
You met Ajira, right?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just sat there stroking my mastiff.
Yeah, and then just Sapphire on the shoulders.
Nolbar.
We're familiar with them.
Instant hair.
So she will find a leaf, very shallow leaf. She will just put it to her lips and you can hear this very pitchy sound. And you will suddenly see 7 more bounders appearing.
Yeah.
What?
More bounders.
So basically what you're seeing is these massive panther-like creatures. However, as they are coming closer and at full speed, which is very, very fast, you notice that they have these large tusks going up on their sides. And when they get even more closer, you see that beneath their fur, you see razor-sharp, scale-like blades almost.
No.
And their eyes are like goat eyes, yellow with horizontal eye slits or pupils. Kind of looking like a plus in a way. And they are.
Rickon's just like, no, not more cats. No, anything but more cats. Oh.
And they look
God, please.
very odd because their backs are smaller, but their upper body, or what to call it, where their shoulders are, they are like bodybuilders almost. And like they are really strong and muscular. I'll actually show you what you see. This is the best thing I could get with limited.
Oh, give me a moment.
Ah, thank you for the hentai. That's not what they're seeing though, but thanks anyway. There we go.
Please don't tell me they speak common.
They are not intelligent that way.
No, Rickon's literally asking Yensha. Please don't tell me they speak common. I am not dealing with 7 Ashiras.
So what do they speak?
Beast.
Oh,
Cat, hopefully.
oh, you don't speak to them. You show them who's boss. Can't do that, they might eat you.
Like a Jira then. Except these won't talk back.
No, they will eat your insides. I've been raised with these. Just show them who's boss and they will be faithful to you.
You watch as they come up to you, and Yensha, your moorbounder that you have been raised with comes up to you because it is very familiar with you. The rest are following because Yensha's is the alpha.
And you can just see her starting to be like, yes, you're so good. Yes, you are. Try and bite my hand again and I will scratch you.
You get these like guttural growls, but they're not like threatening, but they are scary sounding. And they are basically, or the one that's by Yensha is purring while doing this growl.
Bellegar is going to load an explosive crossbow bolt. And then he's going to cast Speak Animals with one of them.
Alright.
He's going to put the crossbow with a bolt straight to the skull of the beast and say, if you try anything odd, I'll blow your fucking brains out. And stare at it as much as I can.
Oh, I did forget that they're highly aggressive.
The one you're talking to, Bellegar, walks up to you. Walks up to you slowly.
Yes, but you have to show them who's boss, but they are highly aggressive. Very difficult to tame.
Yep. So it walks up to you. And you hear this very deep masculine voice saying, you want my respect, but you threaten me?
Not much of a threat, more of a promise.
We don't do promises. We do respect. And you're currently very respectless.
Bellegar's going to turn to
Yensha
and say, so what do I do now?
I just show who's boss and it's being mean to me.
And I'm going to speak to this
Well,
lady
first-
beast. This was her idea.
Well, basically showing who's boss is one thing. We did it as cubs. Also when there were cubs. But also, she just scratches under the shin of hers.
Oh, now
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
telling me. I was going to remove the crossbow. I say, sorry, bit of a misunderstanding.
You can see it kind of stare at you, studying you. And Yensha, you would know that to tame these creatures, first of all, you would need to at least provide some food. And
That was exactly what Snoll was gonna do, because he had some meat skewers in his backpack.
and you also know that it's very similar to if you watch Harry Potter, when you're trying to show respect to a hippogriff, where you keep eye contact and you bow to show your respect.
Oh, no fucking bowing. I fucking had enough of that with Jira. Fucking cats. I fucking hate cats.
And you want to keep eye contact at all times. And hold it until they bow back. And then you might be able to pet them. If they let you pet them. If they haven't tried to kill you within the next 5 minutes, you're probably fine with riding them. And all of these have saddles on them.
I'm trying to hold back Oscar, who just wants to cuddle and kiss the new preachers that have appeared. He's wagging his tail like...
Marlborough at this point is actually stood next to one, like counting its teeth and writing notes, even though it knows nothing.
Like, are you touching it?
I'm trying
Trying to
to.
measure.
Obviously, it's trying to
Shut up.
bite me or whatever, and I'm just like, no, back. Just let me count.
Make a dexterity
No.
saving throw.
Before anyone touches any of them, she will pick them up and push them back.
Would she be fast enough to stop Marlborough?
You take 15 points of slashing damage as you see one of the
Ouch.
blades from its skin just shoot out and currently cuts you in the shoulder. And you realize that the wound is not healing as fast as normal either. Like, it's bleeding more than usual. You're feeling a sense of weakness.
Oh, fascinating. You think so?
It's exactly what Martha's gonna say. He's literally gonna be like, oh, gee, dear, oh, fascinating. And he's gonna start just writing in his notebook.
Probably picking out whatever the wound and be like,
Yeah,
what is this?
Unless his
Rip it out.
unless his writing hand is falling
And
asleep.
he's like, if you look at the note, it's slowly sprawling across the page where he's up, and he's like,
Yes, Yensha?
Does she know how to, like, make it better? With herbs or anything? She has grown up with these beasts.
You would have some ointment to deal with it. that will prevent the bleeding and also stop the effect of weakness.
So she will walk up to the white dragonborn that has so nicely just shown everyone what not to do. Sadly. And she will take out some ointment of her now backpack. And just like, just stand still, please. And she will just pour some over, take one of the handkerchiefs off her belt and just wrap it around. Very, very tight, but not like harming tight.
While she's trying to do that, Marva's still trying to lift his hand up into the notebook to write in it. He's trying to make notes of the ointment as well.
Belgar's going to shout, use your left hand.
And he puts the book in the other hand and the hand just drops.
If you wait about 5 minutes, it should be back to normal. Like I said, these are difficult, aggressive beasts. You have to show them who's boss, but also, before I was kind of interrupted, they also need a lot of respect. And she will tell them how, like, they need food, you need to offer them food, the bowing, the looking in the eyes, and that you might be able to pet them afterwards. And after 5 minutes and they haven't killed you yet, you most likely will be able to ride them.
What? Why are large black cats so vain? Is this a common trope amongst all large black cats? Is there he's pinching his nose while stroking Oscar.
Just be glad we're outside the city while you say that. Some might have torn your throat out.
All fathers weird. These beasts are more difficult than my grandmother.
Your grandmother was a beast?
She might as well have been.
That would have explained a few things.
Marba's gonna wait the 5 minutes and then he's gonna do all the Yenshin said and do all the bowering and everything.
Alright, so Marber, as you are doing that, you do feel like the pain and the bleeding kind of numb and stop, and you feel some of your strength coming back into your arms. And I want you to make an animal handling check first.
Oh, you son of a biscuit, mother frog.
Alright. Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I'm doing all that she said. Son of a bitch.
Roll me a dex save again.
That's pretty good.
So you realize that you kind of lose eye contact just for a hint of a second, and the very moment you do, you can see really quick reflexes of this beast just going with a claw and roaring at you. You manage to dodge out of the way, and it kind of growls at you, but it's not following up on any attacks. So you're gathering that you might be getting a second chance.
Okay. Question: do these creatures count in the Sultan's law? Well, okay, yes. About not hurting cats.
These are technically not cats. They are very panther-like creatures, but they they are not pure cats by any means. They are see it as a mix between a goat, a panther, a boar, and yeah, that's probably it.
Would you like me all to show you how I did it?
Please do. Cass is just looking at Barbara like, no, that a hit like that is gonna put me under.
So she will do a hand sign to her panther, basically like she have taught her younger siblings how to handle these.
Yep.
Like, do this. Like, we're gonna just do it as we have done before. So she will take out the...
Yeah, I'm just gonna say do animal handling check with advantage and a persuasion check with advantage.
Advantage.
Also, at that point, you realize you forgot the food, Marber.
Was it a persuasion check, you said?
Yep.
As it's going on, I turn to Rodrin and I'm like, what did I do? I don't understand. I don't know what I did.
So you will see her taking out this big piece of meat. And basically just...
I think it was that we forgot.
Yep.
So big piece of meat. She's not trying to hand feed it because she have done that since it was tame, but since they're pretending it's not tame, she will throw it.
Yep. It eats. And then looks at you.
And she will do a deep bow with eye contact constantly.
Doesn't break, and eventually it bows to you. And lets you pet it and get back up as usual.
And she will just sit on it afterwards, like writing it like, well, it's your guys' turn.
It's laying down.
Can I do it? Like, can I watch her closely and see how she does everything?
Yeah. So just make a perception check just to see if you can catch up on all the details. All right. Roll me animal handling check with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
And roll me because you rolled so high with animal handling, you can get advantage on the persuasion as well.
Oof.
It seems to acknowledge you when you're bowing, and it bows back. However, it seems not accept that you're getting closer.
Well, again,
Just acting aggressive. When I get closer, I'll just step backwards.
It kind of just gives you. I think this just gives you like a growl, and it is observing you though. I think it. To best describe it is to say, you think it wants something more.
Does Yensha see it?
Yeah.
Would she know what to do?
It's not happy with the amount of meat.
So she will look at him and be like, maybe a little more generous on the meat will persuade it a bit.
Okay. I'll just give it more meat. Has Jensha got the meat? Because I did not pack a shit ton of meat to feed to a freaking mob.
Yen would have had a bag of meat of some sort since her dad told her they were getting these beasts.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just hold out my hand for a slab of meat, maybe a bigger one.
Are you holding out your hand with the meat in your hand?
I will hold it flat.
Yensha will be like, no, throw it. Or lose a hand.
I'll throw it then.
You can see a hint of mischievousness from the moorbounder, as if it was contemplating how much to bite off your arm. But as you throw it, kind of looks at you disappointedly, but then takes the meat, then looks to you, and then bows to you again.
I will do, since I have been training many years to bow and other royal courtesies, I will bow.
He seems to approve. Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
One level one. I have a +2 in persuasion as well.
What are your rolls, man?
A 3 and a 3 apparently. It's the most unlikely roll ever. What's the likelihood of rolling a 3 times in a row?
Can Yensha cast Speak with Animals?
Sure.
Just let them own you, you fucking little twat.
And she will look at him and be like, come on, let the boy. He seems like a nice kid. He already given you 2 Deeper?
Oh, deeper.
And she will look at she will just look him dead in the eyes, Rickon, and be like, lower. Bow deeper and lower.
What did you also say we have to do? We have to show them who's boss?
Yes.
Something else, right?
Yes, but remember staring at them. That shows that you have no fear. That's how you show your boss. You're not scared.
I will stare at it and attempt to intimidate it as they walk straight up to it, and almost a guttural growl comes from me, from my lichen form.
Alright. Roll me an intimidation check, and I will say with advantage. If you roll 2 3s again, I'll give you the fucking lucky feat. Just saying.
Giving me the unlucky feat.
Yeah, the unlucky feat.
Oh, I actually have something for that. I have to show you later.
Oh yeah, do it. Show me.
Holy crap.
Jesus, man.
Might be broken.
No, seriously, that's the first 0 I've ever seen on Roll20.
So.
Yeah, well, it's a nat 1 with a -1. Remember, I have fairy luck. Did my charisma go up 1?
It did.
It's dying of laughter right now.
You did get a plus to your charisma.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, but that's a 12's good. A 12 is above average.
Yep. You can see that it seems surprised. And it allows you to get closer. And Yensha, you can hear that this is kind of like this guy. He got balls.
And she will look at him and be like, good job. Not the way it's usually done, but good job.
Nod.
It allows you to pet it. And you can feel the fur, but you can also feel like this sharp blade, like it's almost like scales, but not really. But they are like blades, like sharp blades in between.
Okay, I'll find a bit underneath the blades near its ear and just scratch it underneath the ear, because I know all animals love a good scratch behind the ear.
It is purring. But it only allows you to do it for so long. Because I don't want to get embarrassed. But it lays down so you can sit up on the saddle.
Quick question, what is my dog going to do?
Sit in your lap.
That's what I did with my siblings, just put them in my lap.
Can you tell Oscar that he needs to climb up and cuddle me, put his paws around my shoulders or whatever?
Yensha will go off her moorbounder, go up to the dog that she has had no experience with so far.
Oh yes,
Oscar.
Oscar's voice! Oscar's voice!
Oscar, was it?
Oscar? Yes, that's me!
So, mind if I pick you up and put you in your owner's lap?
Pets? Yes? Pick up? Yes? Where are we going?
She will pick up the dog very awkwardly and just put it into Rickon's lap.
He's trying to lick your face all the time, like...
She's
You're-
like holding it
you're
as
so
far away
funny.
from her face as possible.
This is great.
Here's your dog. He's very friendly. Now remember, Oscar, hold on tight.
Yes,
These
hold on to
things run
master.
fast.
Yes,
Yes, hold on to
good
master.
boy. I am good boy. Hey, good boy.
Yes, very. And she will turn to the rest of the group. And who's next?
Will make an attempt.
All right.
Remember,
At this point, he's just stood off to the side, smoking his pipe, like.
remember deep bows.
Yeah.
Meet. But meet first. Deep bow. Don't. And she looks at everyone. Break eye contact.
Yeah. Well, Belagar's going to take a big chunk of meat and toss it to the creature.
All right. Roll animal handling check with advantage.
Okay. Advantage. Leg.
Is Marbor trying to get his high? By any chance? Just... trying to make it friendly.
There's no such plan.
Roll me a persuasion check as well with advantage.
Persuasion. Oh shit. Oh, that.
All right. So you bow after giving it food, and it bows as well after a while, not breaking eye contact or anything. And eventually, it allows you to come up to pet it, and after you've done that, it will lay down to allow you to sit on it.
And Belagar will climb up and then sort of pat at his lap, going Stoffel, pop up.
As Stoffel jumps up, the Moorbounder is kind of giving this groan, like doesn't like it, but like kind of like a small growl to it, but nothing threatening. It's just like showing its dislike of having a heavy badger on top as well. Since Stoffel is not that small.
And he's going, Stoffel, say thank you.
Stuff
Yeah.
voice. Stuff
You
voice.
can almost see the Moorbounder roll its eyes.
Oh, and Yensha hears everything. Oh god.
Oh yeah, Belgar also cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah,
How long is it? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. So basically, what you're hearing is Stoffel. Thank you, bro. This is a sweet ride, man.
Oh god.
Fine. Just lose some weight already. Jesus. And okay. That is Belgar and that is Rickon.
With the ones that are left, Noel is gonna go forward towards them, put out his own meat on the skewers and remove the skewers. Put the meat back. And but to them, but okay, who wants some meat?
Did you say he's gonna put his own meat on the skewers?
I put,
Oh god.
I took the skewers out of the meat.
You're gonna skewer your own meat?
This stream is marked mature for a reason. We are completely unhinged.
Nice piece
Yes.
of it's a sausage.
But
it's just normal meat, okay.
yeah,
And,
put 5 rations of meat in front.
5 rations. Okay, in that case,
To see who the hell is gonna.
you watch
forward.
as all of them kind of jump towards the meat, but one of them gets there first and growls loudly at the rest, showing that this is his meat, no one else's.
Yeah, then Noel is gonna do the rest of the steps with that.
The Moorbounder is looking at you, eating, while you're bowing. And roll me an animal handling check. I'd say with advantage, since you know how it's supposed to be done now.
Yes, advantage. Animal handle. Oh, a 12.
Alright, and a persuasion check. I would say a straight one.
Yeah. That's a 23.
So, as you're bowing, the Moorbounder is slowly eating, basically dragging out on this bowing ceremony. And thank you, Laura. Right?
That was a bit late. Holy crap.
I just noticed it. Okay, you just noticed.
Okay.
But yeah, you start to get a bit nervous as it's not bowing back.
When
But-
I notice that it's taking its time, but I'm gonna start growling towards it, seeing that smoke almost comes out of the mouth. So in an intimidation almost.
It seems unfazed. It's
Yeah,
basically
then
just
I'm-
staring at you, like it's staring into your eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stare
Uh.
back at him, and above him, I'm gonna roar and shoot out beam of ice.
How you're gonna do what now?
I'm gonna use a breath weapon above him to intimidate him.
I mean, roll an intimidation check. You didn't need to do
It's
it,
just
but sure.
around the
Like you
corner.
succeeded, but sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
So
I'm using my fucking inspiration on that. Yeah.
I mean, you already
Good, good.
succeeded. So
Yeah, but still, I don't want the fucking not one.
You turn around and use your ice weapon and kill the thing.
Yeah, and everybody sees Null use the same type of breath Marbor might have used above the beast.
You see it kind of surprised by this. And it kind of gets a bit hesitant.
Sorry, DM.
Roll me a persuasion check. I will say with disadvantage this time.
And this is why we let the DM finish talking.
Yeah. Double 19.
It looks at you, and you can see where it's after that breath. It is contemplating whether it should just kill you on the spot. Like it's looking like it's definitely considering killing you. And Yensha, you can notice this as well. Like this is
Yensha is looking at Null, was it?
yeah.
Not happy. She isn't saying anything, but you can see in her eyes she is not happy about how this was handled.
Null doesn't look at you, just staring the beast down.
After a while, however, it seems like it's accepting you, maybe. It bows, but it does not show its neck. Which you notice the other ones did, but this one does not.
I'm gonna bow back.
It allows you to get up to pet it. But you can feel the blades are very on edge. And
Yeah, but even if the blades are, I'm gonna pet it.
It allows you to pet it, but it doesn't seem to trust you. But it allows you to pet it, and eventually it lays down for you to ride it. But as you sit down on it, you can see these spikes behind its neck, or these blades kind of aimed towards you, as to show if you do anything stupid, it will shoot all of them into you.
Let's hope you don't come to a sudden stop, no? I would not want to be in a...
If they like the wind.
Another spirit for me to carry around with me.
Alan's already said that he's been killed several times before, so
Yeah, it'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
totally fine.
Right, no, you can resurrect yourself. And I roll my eyes because I don't believe this at all.
Yeah, but Noll is gonna ask, do they prefer the wind or do they like the heat?
Well, they are in the desert. They prefer both. I mean, they are if not the fastest mounts in the desert. They make the wind.
I was gonna use prestidigitation on it and me and Biaspora, the cooling wind.
Insha, you can hear it say to you, because it trusts you, says, I don't like this one. If it does one mistake, it dies.
I'll make sure it doesn't make that mistake, don't worry.
Good.
Now, she will look at the two Moorbounders left, most likely the more calm ones, who aren't the more feistiest, most likely, for the meet. And she will look at the two ones left, the one who accidentally got caught, poor thing. And the wizard, she's like, lucky for you that two that are left are the more calm ones.
Cass is gonna look at Marber and if this goes wrong, I need you to save me.
At which point, when you turn around to Marbury, he's got his pipe in his mouth and he's like, I'm not sure how to work this animal. I'm not sure.
And she will look.
Yep.
And then I'm going to shout out to Noel and be like, Noel, if you die, can I carry your spirit around?
Yep, Jen?
She will look at the two Moorbounders who are left and be like, at least these two do have respect. And will not cast anything at you, because she most likely will know that seeing someone cast spells toward them isn't the nicest introduction to a group.
Hey, that wasn't a spell.
Still, magic.
Oh,
Magic.
No, I don't think that counts as magic per se, because it works in anti-magic field.
Yes, but it is a kind of magic.
I mean, for a creature with 0 intelligence, it's probably magic.
Yeah, okay, that I buy.
I don't know. Wits have done something to these. Terrace's favorite world shape is the Moorbounder, so I know the original one.
Well, these are bristled Moorbounders.
Yeah, so Wits has done something to them, so I don't
It
know
does something
these.
to everything.
Yes.
Not everything, but most things.
Yeah. So I'll walk over, or Cass will walk over to Jensha, and then take a bit of whatever meat she has.
Yensha will make sure she takes a big meat piece.
You just see Cass like, I'm not that strong.
I am quite aware, and that's why it's better to have a bigger piece of meat. They usually like that a lot more.
Right. You see him just...
there somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure Cass is very aware of it. Considering the ones that you've made before. Now, he's gonna take it with both hands because 8 strength.
Yep.
And it's gonna take a few steps forward. And then
Does Nessa not have to do one as well?
Yeah, he does. Technically, there's 3 left.
she's gonna take a few steps forward, looking at basically the closest of the two, and it's gonna tilt his head a little bit as if checking it out, and then you see Cass take another step forward. Just slowly walking closer, and maybe 5 feet from it, he's going to stop and then toss the meat towards it.
All right, so
then
roll.
Yep. Hold on.
Yeah.
And he's going to, as he tosses it, you see him. You see Kaz bow down, looking at it, and then he's gonna tilt his head,
Oh God.
as if showing like his neck. But he's
I
not
thought
gonna.
he was.
No, he's gonna.
Yeah,
tilt his
I
head
thought he
as
was
if-
casting that. I thought he was.
No, he's not. He's gonna show his neck whilst not breaking eye contact.
You can roll a animal handling check with advantage and a persuasion check, but based on your result, we'll see if it's advantage or disadvantage. Or...
Animal handling. 18.
Okay, roll persuasion with advantage.
Nice. 19.
Alright, so as you are doing that, you can see that the moorbounder is eating its meat and looking at you, and it's staring very intensely at your neck, for it switches its gaze towards your eyes. Then it holds the gaze for a while. Then it bows. And then it seems to be waiting for you to get forward.
Yeah, Cass gonna almost in one motion. He's gonna come out of the bow and take a step forward, and just hand held forward, palm up towards it, and then we just wait for it to come to him.
At first it seems confused, but then it does come forward to you. And licks the blood from the meat from your hand. Then puts his head into your hand to allow you to pet it. And you can feel the sharper blades, but at the moment they're not cutting you. It feels like they should, but they aren't. As if it can control whether it is sharp or not.
I'm gonna just give him some good scritches on the side, and along the neck.
Yep. It then allows you to sit up.
Yep.
And Marber, you ready for your second try?
Technically third, isn't it?
Or can
I mean-
Belgar assist him? I mean, Belgar is a beast master, after all. It should.
Yensha would advise against it. She is not stepping in on it because she knows they won't respect you and they will kill you if they don't get the respect from that person.
Yeah. Because Yensha would know that once these allow you to sit on them, they will be loyal to you and to you alone.
Except for Null.
He will be loyal to you until you make one mistake.
So Marble's gonna go up to Yensha and get some meat, enough meat, like
Yeah, she
She's
will.
almost gonna,
She will
like,
do the same thing to
carry
you. You like big meat.
Yep.
he's literally like grabbed if you imagine grabbing a boulder, he's like walking along with that much meat. He's like, I'm not messing this up again.
Alright. Here, roll me animal handling check with advantage.
And he still messes it up.
No, it's good enough. Roll me a persuasion check as well.
Just a normal one.
Yep.
Oh lordy.
Can I give him my inspiration?
I'll allow it.
That's better.
God.
That's a bit better, yeah. So you eventually bow down, and it bows down to you as well after a while. Or when you're moving towards it, it is seemingly like Gensha, you can see it, like it looks like it's doing a 50-50 whether it's gonna lash out or if it's gonna accept him.
At this point, I realise my hood's still up and I flick it off.
As you do, a lot of the smoke you've been smoking in your pipe also comes into its face. And it's sort of kind of like this, and kind of is noticing the smell, and
Is that too bad?
it kind of recognizes the smell. And you can see it sort of almost like it's nodding. Like,
Marber, are you smoking catnip?
I'm gonna stand there after all of this situation and just hold out the pipe and be like, "You must take part."
it looks at the pipe. Roll a persuasion check.
Yansha's just chuckling around. Asshole.
It will put your pipe in the mouth and take a big blow.
Oh god.
I just got fucking mollies.
Oh my god. You have gotten a displacer beast and more beast.
While it's taking its, I'm gonna pet it and be like, "There we go, everything's fine."
It blows all the smoke out and nods, and then lays down to allow you to sit up.
I'm gonna sit on it and just be like, "We can share this one."
Gensha and Belagar, I guess, you both can hear. This guy's good.
Yansha will just nod with a smile and be like, never seen that kind of way to tame a beast. And she will also look at Cass, being impressed by how he handled it. And showing your neck, that's a new one.
Delagar's going to mutter to himself, one day he's going to get his head bit off.
Why no?
You never know.
And when it was the last beast, then she will look at the... I never remembered the name, goddammit.
Nessa Rose.
Nessa, yeah.
And she has been paying attention, so she's gonna roll with advantage on the animal handling.
Yep.
Not 20?
She's not even gonna roll persuasion. She basically gives the meat, like she just gives a handful of meat, then just bows, keeping eye contact, and this one just meets it and takes the meat, bows, and she walks up, give it a few scratches, and then jump up.
And she will just pat her on the shoulder like, good job.
I mean, another animal to ride, right? Just like a horse, just more aggressive.
Well, basically.
Yes, that's what Nessa likes to do. She likes to ride animals.
No.
Well,
No comment.
No bestiality here.
No, that's reserved for Belligor.
No. You've got the wrong person. That's Rickon that likes to ride animals.
Oh, right. Of course you're right, Marber. Of course.
Is that so, Rickon?
No,
Yeah, I prefer
I'm not
bear.
quite sure what you're implying.
There's that situation with the bear in the other day when we was in the.
Shut up, Marble. Be quiet before you get yourself hurt.
Again.
Too late for that, dear boy. Look, there's a blood stain on my. Yes, Rodrin, we're getting to that. There's a blood stain right here.
Trust me, I can do worse.
Yenta will just tilt her head, looking very confused over statements made.
Come
Yeah,
on,
and you don't see anyone named Rodrin anywhere. You're like,
Belligor's going to look at them and say, "Come on, guys, be nice to Rickon. This is more than he can bear."
How do you make these creatures go forwards?
First of all,
We're getting there.
Belligar, add a point of inspiration. Holy
No.
fucking shit, I hate you.
I already have 3 now.
You can give it to someone. Bounce it to someone then.
I'll give it to Null.
Oh,
He's
thank you.
really fighting tooth and claw to get these out.
Snorla's gonna talk to his beast or what hell we're again called. But you're the boss.
Moorbounder.
Moorbound. You're the boss. You ride. I follow. Just in case you can understand.
So first of all, these are your companions now. You can't ride each other's. Just to make that clear. They respect you, you alone. Give them a name.
And that's that session. Because I'm gonna spend the rest of the session coming up with names.
His name is Billy Bob. No,
Billy Bob.
No.
Is mine female or male?
Yeah.
Are you looking?
If
I would probably just ask Yensha. I'm guessing she'll be able to tell from the tusks or whatever.
Yours is female.
I
female.
will call it Diva because she is one. Isn't that right, Diva? And I scratch behind the ears.
Cass is female as well.
Right.
Belligar's is female. Knowles is male.
I believe you already said that before you rolled.
Nessos is male. And Marbur's is a female. And I'll let you decide, Yensha, whether yours is male or female.
It's a very big female. Bigger than the normal ones.
It is very big. It is the alpha after all.
Do these understand when we speak to them or?
Give them
I can say you would know that they don't understand words per se. They do understand emotions, and they understand your tone when you're speaking. They don't understand the words, but they understand, like, depending on how you're speaking, they might understand. Plus, they can learn specific words, as in like run or walk or I don't know, things like that. Plus, they can read based on how you are looking and your body posture, in which direction you want to ride as well. So, like, if you're leaning slightly to the left, it will go left, and so on.
Riding lesson.
There's gonna be half the group will understand this only, but the only thing I could think of was kom igen nu Britt-Marie, kör för fan!
Oh my.
I'm gonna call it.
Just be glad you don't understand.
It's a Swedish thing.
It's a historic meme.
It's great.
But I'm gonna call it Old Helga, after Bellegar's grandmother.
Why does that sound like a old shotgun? Old Bettan.
He called in mine Hotbox.
Old Bessie. Hotbox, yeah, perfect.
Vercel, and I'm gonna ask Jensha to say that it means, what was it? Powerful in Draconic. And tell it.
What was the name you said?
Vercel.
Vercel.
Vercel. Yeah.
All right.
Draconic meaning powerful.
Yansha will tell the Moorbounder the name that was given. She will tell all the Moorbounders their names.
Yep.
You just get back. You can try to bribe me with a nice name. It won't work.
And Yansha will just look at him and be like, shrugging her shoulders like, I wish you luck. I really do.
The first time
All you can see.
don't like me.
Getting the Moorbounder even higher.
Yep. I was letting Noel finish first. I realised I started talking when he had. But yeah, you notice Marvin's just like smoking his pipe and then reaching round and letting the Moorbounders smoke it.
Yeah, it smokes it. It seems to have been with people who might have spoken before. And Jensha, you kind of get the feeling that this is probably your uncle or something like that.
She will just like nod and look at him like, yeah, that sounds like Uncle, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I do say this animal is rather fantastic. I will have to document all that we're doing with it and the pipe going back and forth.
Well, I'm very glad you all like it because this might be your new mount. Regards from my father.
Cass just sitting in the saddle is just gonna look at from one side to the other of this. I have a hard time deciding if you're a Kira or a Enyo. One means crown, the other means strife.
Gonna hear Marva shout out, well, we've already got an Anjira. You might want another one that isn't an A sound.
Right, Kira then.
Bianca will tell the Moorbounder its name is Kira.
It doesn't make any response or anything. It just kind of nods.
It accepts it.
And I guess Nessa is naming hers as well, but no one hears it because he's just whispering to it, I guess. But they seem to get along. No issues. And you
But
all
the-
managed to
Chloe?
tame your Moorbounders, or tame them.
Same.
In Noel's case,
Oh, basically,
possibly
what
getting
Noel has with
acquainted.
what Noel has with his Moorbounder is what Cass had with Ajira.
I think you had a better relationship with Ajira, not gonna lie.
So they know basic commands, like forward. When you want to turn, do you usually just lean like in a horse? Lean the way you want it to go? It stops when you basically tell him stop.
So, because the day is getting warmer, perhaps we should move on before
Yes,
we are
rather-
cooked in the saddle.
Yes.
It's
do
we
agree.
don't have to travel at night anymore. We're cool enough to travel during the day. We've got the wind from the cats.
Why not test? Let's travel for a few hours and see how it's like in the warmest time of day. Because I can set the hut up, but once I set it up, it's gonna be there for 8 hours.
So once we have decided, we have this.
Yeah. It's gonna be cramped though.
Well,
What
you
causes us staying outside of the circle?
You will know that Moorbounders can handle themselves. Normally, they don't even need food because they can hunt on their own. But you need to have food in case there's nothing to hunt. Because if there's nothing to hunt and they don't have food, well,
Yeah.
So before Yansha goes on top of her Moorbounder, she takes like the meat bag that is still meat in it and just puts it over her shoulder. Climbs on top of hers. Now, you ready?
Let's go.
And she will lean forward to hers and just like stroke it along the neck. Now let's show these people how it's done.
he kind of nods at you and just lets out this massive roar and starts running at full speed. Like they are double dashing and everything. And you're currently going forward at, is it 100? Let's see here.
Well, unless you've messed with the speed, it's 120 with the dash.
These are a bit faster.
You mean that they are 6 plus 6, so 120 total?
The regular Moorbounders are 120 total and ignore difficult terrain.
Oh, so that's, what is it? 240 with the dash?
No, it's 60 normally and 120
It's
with
80
dash.
normally.
Then Noel is
No,
that's the normal one.
80. It's 80 normally, that's why they're so fast.
Moorbounders are 70 normally.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 70 normally. However, these are going at 90
Yahoo!
times 2, so 180 feet. Plus, they also have a climbing speed as well, but at 30 feet. But they don't normally have that. That's just me. So you're going
Yeah.
forward fast. You are saving a lot of time. So this trip would normally, if you're just walking, would take more than a week, maybe 6 to 8 days, maybe. You're getting there at this rate, less than 3. But you're running at full speed for a few hours. And I don't know, how long are you going before you're deciding to take a rest, or are you testing the limits?
Yansha would know when they start getting tired, right? She doesn't want to exhaust them.
Yeah, you can tell when they are getting exhausted, and you know that they can run at max speed for probably, I would say 6 hours. What the fuck? Excuse the plane crash or whatever. But yeah, you know that they can run at this speed for roughly 6 hours straight, without getting exhausted. Like they can run for that amount, and then after the 6 hours, they will go down to normal speed, and they will still be able to keep up for maybe 3 to 4 hours more before they're starting to get tired.
Okay. She would stop them when she notices they're actually starting to get tired.
Yeah.
So that's past midday, then, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want to ride to midday, it would be like from this time 2 hours. If you prefer traveling at night.
Yeah, but that was before we knew we had the mount.
It was.
Is it still hot even when we're shooting through them at the speed?
You can feel the wind, but even if you're feeling the wind, it is still very hot. Like, we're talking at least 45 degrees during midday.
Wait, C or F?
C.
See, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cass is going to, at regular intervals, just reapply the cooling to himself and probably to the saddle to keep the moorbounder from overheating.
Yeah.
But the sun is going to be beating down on us anyway.
I
matter
will
how-
say everyone make just a con save to see if you can last throughout the day or not.
11. We got 10 of your advantage.
11.
I'll decide to use my inspiration point there.
I gave mine away.
All right,
You
so
find the stupidity.
also I guess Nessa needs to make one as well. Where did I put her?
Oscar rolling double.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you kind of need to roll
It's just
for
leaning against movement
Stoffel as well.
Alright.
Oscar's definitely leaning to the side as if he's sticking his head out of a car window and just like having the time of his life. And I'll just keep on holding on to him like that.
No.
Alright.
He's not taking
So,
it too well.
Nessa is struggling really hard, probably because of the armor she's wearing, which is basically a frying pan at this moment. And
Yeah, but he can use 3 paste. So he's using one on himself, one on the beast, and one on Nessa. And he's trying to apply it if they come in contact with each other as often he can.
All right.
But
That
it's
will
still armor in the sun.
Yeah, it's still armor in the sun, and it's very exhausting for you to do that constantly as well.
Yeah, you have to cast it like every minute. It's not gonna happen.
No, prestidigitation lasts for an hour.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's still like every hour you have to recast
Yeah.
three effects at the same time. So
Yeah, and I have cast mine and Nessa's since we were at the inn.
yeah. So you have been doing it all day basically. So
Okay, so if it looks like people are struggling, can I see people struggling?
yeah, so you can see that Marble is struggling, Cass is struggling, Nessa is struggling,
I like that struggle.
Bellegar is struggling, and Stoffel is definitely struggling.
I got a
A
24. No,
You got an 11.
You get an 11. You roll with advantage, but it should be a straight roll. So then it's the first roll.
Yeah, but he used his inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, if you use inspiration, then you have a nat 20. So you're fine in that case. But Stoffel is not. Stoffel is just laying in your arms and just.
He still has the winter fur.
Yep. And welcome to the stream, Rail Me Slasher Daddy. You're much appreciated being here. Hope you have a good day so far. And I just love your name. I just have to say it. Rail Me Slasher Daddy, best name ever.
Yeah.
I'll look over to you and share.
Too late for the jokes about the railing.
Yeah.
I mean, Null almost got railed by this slasher moorbounders, so
Kitty.
yeah. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look over to Yensha and I'll shout. The heat's so much. I think we'll have to stick to night travel.
Does Yensha know of any spots that is safe that is close by that point?
You're, I would say, 99% of the time you're traveling beside the river. So you do have a water source nearby, and there are trees growing, like palm trees, and there are some places where there's a bit more cover from the sun. There's also occasionally cliffs, both on the right side and on the left side, and there's a mountain range coming up in further to the south, which you will be riding past later on, but that will probably be sometime during the night if you're going through the day. So.
Okay, she will see if she can find a clip, like a spot where it's a lot of shade for everyone to rest.
Yeah, you can find one very easily. So you find this little place where you have cover from the sun by the palms and some larger bushes and vegetation just by the water as well. So you're doing relatively fine. And currently there's no dangers around us that you can see, at least. But you haven't really looked actively, but just based on your passive perceptions, there's currently no dangers.
There's not usually crocodiles in this river, is it?
Oh, there is.
Oh.
There's
Yeah.
crocodiles, both normal crocodiles and giant crocodiles. There's occasional sea snakes. And on land, there's scorpions, there's all kinds of insects, there's beasts, there's also, of course, flying creatures as well, but at the moment you don't see anything.
I will, as I see her kind of looking for this perfect spot, I will tell her that Cassie has a protection spell and we don't need to worry about being attacked. So it can be near the river. A crocodile's not going to get into it.
Andy, I like Cass so far.
Just learned it. Well, I just learned how to control it.
Elgar is going to see if he can find any evidence of animals in the area.
Roll me a survival check.
Nola's gonna help him because Nola wants to have an alligator or scorpion for dinner.
Okay, in that case, roll with advantage. Or, well, roll one more straight roll, Belagor.
So, are we staying
that's
for? Are we staying for a while or just resting?
Seems best to have dinner and
I'd prefer until night travel. So lunch, long rest.
Yeah.
Well, we do have creatures to kill and stuff to get.
Oh, my point was I'm not gonna waste energy to set something up that lasts for 8 hours if we're just staying for 2.
I think we staying for a bit, eating, then use your spell and sleep for the 8 hours.
Right.
Yes. Also,
So don't
hippos tend to stay in the water during the day. So if you want to heal hippos, hunt them at night because that's when they come out of the water. Because that's when it's coolest. And so the crocodiles come out at night because, I mean, they do like sunbathing, but they prefer being in the water during the day because it's cooler.
Well, this will not take long, so if everyone can just get around, or you'll be sleeping outside the field.
Isn't it better to use it a little bit later if it works 8 hours? We need 8 hours sleep.
Well, we're having 8 hours sleep now.
Yeah, you don't. You also don't necessarily sleep for the 8 hours. You sleep for maybe 6-7 hours.
Yep.
1 or 2 hours to just wake up, just relaxing and breakfast and whatnot.
So not as bad. Okay, sleep now, eat later.
Cassie, before you cast the spell, though, could you create a ditch with your mold earth?
Oh,
I want to fill it with water that isn't crocodile infested. I'm not letting my dog near that.
Oh.
River.
Well, I haven't prepared that one, but I can shape the water for you if you want.
You haven't got mold earth. It's a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah, but I have cantrip formulas, so I can swap one cantrip per long rest. And I swapped mold earth and got a message instead.
Okay. Belagar.
Hey,
Next best thing. Can we get the badger to dig a ditch?
if you ain't too tired.
Well, someone dig a hole, I'll fill it with water.
So while these are like talking about that, Yansha just looks at the Moor Pounders like, seriously?
I will just take out the decanter, find a spot in the sand that's slightly
Nola's
curved down.
grab a shovel that someone had and get. No one is gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Make a lady do it.
Yansha will look at her Moorbounder and just like pet it and be like, whisper into its ear like, just help them, would you? Diggy dig. Maybe food.
Moorbounder walks over to a place in the shadow and just do like maybe 5 large digs with his paws, making a nice little I guess you could say a tub or something out of the dirt.
And Yansha will look at everyone and be like,
Nice.
just get water?
Don't need it. And I take out the decanter.
Yeah.
And I say geyser, and just a huge, well, not geyser, what the middle one, and just a huge amount of water shoots out, and it's fresh, clean as possible for all the animals to drink from. And then I go, water skins, please. And I'll fill up everyone's water skins with the.
Buffalo dives for the water.
you can see your moorbounders. They are not bothered by your little puddle, so they are just going to the river and drink instead.
Yeah, but they're also massive.
Yeah, they're also not worried about the crocodiles.
Sized.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's more like the crocodiles are snack size for them.
Yeah. But Oscar also dives into the water, and I guess there's just a badger and a dog in the water, like having a huge bath and drinking.
I gotta look at the water and say, "Oh, now it's contaminated."
It's fine. I can fill up the decanter. It's got endless water. Literally, it's a decanter of endless water.
So it ain't contaminated badger with a dog.
Huh? You kind of cut out?
Cass is... water contaminated by badger and dog.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't contaminated by the badger. It was just contaminated by the dog.
Yes.
Poor Oscar.
Cass is going to strip off top part of clothing, and then you see him just do a movement over the river, like near the river, and you see rain start coming down over him.
Yep.
And just
You bless the rain
smart.
in Silesia.
yeah. Just basically makes a shower, just washing off grime and sand and just. Oh, I didn't know I had sand in my teeth. Ah. Right. And it's gonna turn to the rest of the group and just, anyone else want to shower?
You also probably, some of you probably have insects in your face as well, like after crashing into them.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for the offer. And she will walk over to the water next to the moorbounder and just dip her whole head in and just let her whole hair get soaked and just shake it off afterwards.
Yeah.
Well.
I don't like that. And Ola's gonna go to the edge and just dry her hair. With precipitation.
No, I'm just thinking, would Cass act? Yeah, he would say that. Well, of the two of us, Jensha, you're the snack. I'm snack-sized. I'm not putting my head in that river.
You don't say, and she will lick like her upper lip a little bit.
On that note, I'm going to set up the dome. Be right back. He just grabs his clothes and walks over.
But
And I
Yensha is
will
very
say,
I would say Yensha is confused over why Null is starting to dry her.
Yeah, who wants to be
You're
dry in the
right.
desert?
Yeah,
Well-
but if you don't try it the right way, gonna make it.
You kind of cut
Yeah,
out.
also mud.
yeah, Rickon as Figgy walks away, all probably red in the face, and go, "The butler will be so disappointed," and he carries on like filling people's water skins.
Yeah.
Anyone looking at Cass when you say that, you see this water next to him, where he was, just turn into a sharper shape, and then he just and drops water on the ground.
All right. Well, with that survival check, by the way, to go back to Belegar, you look around and you can definitely see traces of both people and animals alike. There is somewhat of a path or a road that you have been riding on all this time. You have gone slightly off road to the river, but you can still see people occasionally have probably gone to the river and gotten water or whatever. You also see traces of animals. You can see like traces of reptilian creatures, probably some sort of lion or something that looks like they might have the same feet as moorbounders, but slightly smaller. Just not much smaller, but slightly. You can see traces of insects, large and small. And as you're looking, you can also see a couple of sea snakes in the distance as well. Like not like ocean sea snakes, but like river snakes swimming. But it's kind of far off, so it's not even worth hunting them. But there's probably other creatures here that you just can't see at the moment, like underwater creatures or underground or mountain creatures, because there's mountains relatively close as well.
His favorite terrain.
Yeah.
Well, this is a learning experience for Belagor. He's trying to extend his, what should I call it, known terrain, or whatever.
Yeah. It is different kinds of mountains, but it generally has the same rules when it comes to animals. Like there are some animals that are dangerous and hide in the mountains and jump on you from cliffs or other things like that, for example.
I think he's just gonna be confused that he's seeing mountains without snow.
Yeah, that is a weird experience. And most of them have flat tops as well, unlike the most mountains you are used to. You usually have like sharper tops.
Just peering off into the distance, going, "What the bloody hell?"
Yep. It's almost like someone just cut off all the mountains and they're like all have like flat plateaus on top of it. Some higher, some lower. Kind of weird. Almost like someone took all the the snowy mountain top and just lifted it up and just threw it away like a weird hat. And it's kind of weird.
Yeah, he's weirded out.
Yep. But you guys are sitting down camp. You're not getting bothered by any means. You also have rations still to eat, so you don't really need to hunt at the moment. And the moorbounders are technically just ignoring you at this point. They are just drinking water, laying down in the shadow. They're not even bothering with hunting as well, so they're just taking it easy. Laying down while you guys are eventually enjoying a actually pretty cool dome, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when people are like, oh, it's time to set up, etc., Cass will have everyone just stand next to him. So you have to be inside the dome when it's formed. Otherwise, you can't come inside. And it's gonna draw a line where the borders are, and you see basically from the inside perspective it's just gonna look like the shimmering of heat as it forms, but from the outside it's sand colored, so it's camouflaged against the riverbank. And inside it's nice and cool and slightly dimmed light and not oppressively hot.
Yeah. And You can see the sun is almost straight above you. And it is like looking in the distance, you can almost see the ground boiling, like you can see the waves of the heat. And it's almost like you can see even the ground being miraged or mirrored in the sand because it's so hot. But eventually, you guys slowly start to drift off. Are anyone keeping watch, or are you all resting?
Cass would take first watch because he's still trying to learn that whole observation thing.
Right.
Trying to just see if he can spot things until, well, considering he's not an actual elf, he will need 6 hours, but he'll take the first 2.
Gonna will join Cass. Intrigued by this new magic she haven't seen.
Alright. Who's taking the second watch?
If Noel
Belagor take the
notices,
second watch.
Right.
If Noel notices that Cassie is trying to serve stuff, and he's gonna go with Belagor on the second, but when he wakes up, he's gonna try and sneak up on Cassie just to see if Cassie is keeping watch.
Alright. So, is anyone having a third watch? Or are you letting it be just 2 watch?
I have a feeling that if we don't have a third watch, he'll send something out.
Yeah, you're muted, by the way, Jason. If you're saying anything. You're muted,
Okay.
Jason.
Jason,
You're muted.
you're a mute
What?
and
You're muted.
a mutated bird.
So, is anyone having a
What?
third watch?
Marvel will do the third one.
Yeah, we say Nessa also takes the third watch.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
it's something she would do.
Yeah.
Because
In
we're
that...
not letting Nessa take the first or second watch ever again.
Yep. All right. So, I want Cass and Yensha and Belagor and Null to roll perception checks, and Marbor and Nessa as well. Well, Rickon is just chilling.
Like, yeah,
9.
Marvel got an 18.
Perception check.
Can I have Stoffel roll a perception check?
Nice.
Sure. Stoffel can roll a
Very
perception
nice.
as well.
Nice.
I filled all everybody's water skins. Anybody who wanted to cool off with some water, I would have used cold water on them. If Nessa wanted cold water for her soup, I would have filled up her bowl.
Perception uses wisdom as a modifier, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't Nessa have to roll also?
Yep. Also, Stoffel would have advantage on smell, I believe.
Yep. So, let's roll for sight and hearing and such first.
Does somebody want my character to do a watch with them?
No, not necessarily.
I mean, I'll
mean-
ask everyone if anyone wants me to stay up and do a watch with them.
I mean,
Why
we
is
have-
everyone out?
Well,
Yeah.
you might get
because we're
revenge on
keeping
Rickon.
watch.
Cassie, if you
Okay, so does Yinsha say she'll keep watch at some point?
She's
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
joining
first.
Cass on the first watch.
Okay.
So there's 2 on every watch, except you.
Yeah, I think if we have a 4th watch, would be Rickon, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't need a 4th watch because then people would start to wake up. So.
Yeah, fair. Well, I guess Rickon is the second night out.
But yeah. So, first night. Or first watch, I mean. Let's see. Kaz and Yensha. Yensha, you're generally just more curious about this kind of magic thing, and you're not really too worried either, because the more bounders are around, they will usually notice if something's wrong. So you're not really too careful at the moment. Cass, you are a bit more observant, especially since you're actively practicing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't notice any dangers nearby, but you can see far off in the distance. You can see a small caravan on the other side of the river, somewhere far away. And you also see a couple of creatures. You can see a couple of crocodiles, and you can see the occasional grazing animal as well, go into the water to drink, like gazelles or antelopes and stuff like that. I'm just gonna roll a D100 just to see. You also notice, coming to the end of your watch, you see some sort of shadow of some bird-like creature far off in the distance, but it looks malproportionate to the background, because you kind of see it lie down on one of the mountains and lift something up, but you shouldn't be able to see that from this distance. And it kind of makes you curious, and it makes you think of the mentioning of a rock, because they are very large and they hunt very large creatures. And seeing as it's on the mountain, it's like, that's kind of big.
Yeah. Cass would point that out to Yen. Is that one of those rock creatures? The birds? He's gonna point towards the mountain.
Yen just tilts her head and looks in the direction.
Roll me a perception check. I'll say with advantage.
Perception.
Ooh, lucky.
Yes. Very.
You can see what she's pointing at, but it's currently very small. But it does give you a bit of a worry, because rocks are one of the most dangerous predators around, and their hunting grounds are, let's just say, several, I think it's thousands of square miles or something like that at least several hundred square miles.
Do they usually hunt at night?
No, they usually hunt at day.
Okay.
And when they hunt, they don't do often. They usually just fly around and eventually they go down crashing on top of something and then bring it up into the sky and drop it on the ground until it dies and then drags it to its nest. So
You can see her have like a worried look on her face, but she very fastly like scuffs it off. I mean, it might be. Haven't seen many of those.
I don't think I've ever seen one, but that looks like it. I can't really see it. Just saw the shadow. Just should probably let the others know for their watch in case it comes closer. As it won't see us, hopefully. Well, it can't see us through this, but
I'm not worried about us. I'm more worried about our companions, and she looks outside the
Right.
dome.
perhaps going forward we should have them inside just when I cast this thing, because then they can come inside if there's a threat. Now they can't.
You do know that you can only fit 10 creatures, though, in
we
a
can fit.
tiny hut,
Oh yeah.
which means you could fit 3 at most. Technically not even that, because you have also Oscar and Stoffel, and also... Well, technically that's your familiar, so I'd say it wouldn't count. But Stoffel and
Yeah.
Oscar. So you still have like only one spot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can fit one more in here, or we just keep watch more often or more diligently.
Question about this dome of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Can the moorbounders hear me?
Sound should pass through.
Can you link it? 'Cause, I don't remember how it's this. Oh, you can fit 9 creatures, so you can't even fit one more.
Yeah. Medium size. More bounders are probably large as well.
Where is it? Where does it say about sound?
I don't think it blocks sound. Spells are blocked, but not sounds. Objects, creatures, and spells.
Yeah, so it doesn't block sounds.
Yansha would try to whistle to make them go into the trees, kind of, to not be an open ground.
Right? They walk over to you, or your general direction. But they can't really see you. They know you're there, but they can't see you.
Just making sure they're not getting eaten by birds.
Yep. It doesn't say about smells or anything either, right? Does
No.
it? So smells also transfer through as well. Good to know. Did you say anything? No?
No, but just a joke. Good thing Rickon is sleeping, because otherwise the bird could have eaten them.
All right, moving on.
Yes.
Is there anything else? Any other conversations you're having, or
Basically, just when it's time to wake the next watch up, Cass will tell them what we saw and that the Moorbounders are hiding in the tree line or in the trees. And if a big ass bird comes barreling down on us, please wake us up.
Yep. So
when a spell slot's getting refilled, is it at the beginning
After.
of the rest or after the rest?
at the end of the rest.
Okay, in that
So,
case,
so you need a full rest to get your spells back.
So if I use a spell slot now, I get it back at the end of the rest, right?
No, if you use a spell now,
can't.
you will interrupt your rest, and you will need to rest an additional 2 hours.
Okay.
You basically have to you reset your rest.
And good. Thank you.
But yeah, you're informed of the looming threat as you're taking the second watch, and you don't really notice anything. You both are kind of oblivious to anything at all. You don't notice the bird. You don't even know where the Moorbounders are, even though they are laying just beside you outside the hut. But
Poof.
like, you're just chilling. Nothing's attacking you. You're fine. Stoffel, however, is just kind of curious about some of the things around, but doesn't alarm at anything. It seems to just be observing something in the distance, but doesn't put it on high alert or anything like that. You having any conversations, or you're just focusing on your watch?
I think just focusing on the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharing some rum in case Belgar wants it. Roll still has some in his second water skin.
Alright.
Rum?
Rum.
Oh, well, Belgar has beer in his water skin.
Oh yeah, true. So you're enjoying some alcohol then, both of you guys. And then your watch comes to an end, and that's where Marber and Nessa takes over. And Marber, you rolled pretty high. So when it's your watch, it's the sun is slowly starting to go down. It's not entirely down, but it's going down, and you can tell that it's getting slightly cooler outside as well. You do notice that there's a little bit more animal life now. You can see more animals going to get something to drink. You can see especially predators coming around a bit more. After a long day of just pure heat, they're coming to drink before they're going on their nightly hunts. But they don't seem to be bothered by your group. They are further off in the distance, and
Probably avoiding the 8 Moorbounders.
yeah, they know like a pack of Moorbounders is kind of dangerous. Like one is dangerous enough as it is, so a pack of 7, maybe not the best hunting target. but there are both large and smaller predators, and some are just ignorant of dangers as well. Like crocodiles don't know what's best for them until they are getting booped on the snoot, and then they run away.
Or an owl.
Or an owl. But you're currently unbothered by it. You're aware of it though, since if someone strays away, it might be a danger. But you should be fine.
Yeah.
And did I roll for Nessa? I did. Nessa notices the same things. He's not really too bothered by it. And you guys don't see this bird either. Currently it seems to be vanished or off to wherever it came from. You're not entirely sure, you can't even confirm or deny it. But your watch comes to an end. And everyone is slowly starting to wake up, some later than others due to them having the first rest. But you're all gathering up eventually.
And Rickon is waking up with a mustache.
Yeah, Rickon, you're waking up the very moment the last watch ends.
He's had a very nice rest.
Yeah.
Stretched and kind of happy that he didn't have to give up. Happy that he didn't have to do a watch.
Yeah. It's always
But
nice
Cracks
to
his neck.
sleep safely in a dome.
Yeah.
But it is too early.
Hmm?
He wakes up with a mustache.
Why? What?
Okay.
Someone got a quill, apparently.
Has a
Did he do sleight of hand or anything for that?
I didn't, so you would have to roll for that.
Okay, I will roll for that. 18.
What's your passive perception?
13.
Okay, you have a mustache on your face.
He's not aware of that.
Nope.
Would
Obviously.
Yansha would see it, right? It's not that hard to see.
Nope.
Yeah, you would see that. You see this curly mustache drawn onto his face.
Belagor's going to look at him and say, "No, it doesn't fit you."
Excuse me, Rickon.
Well, and I'm
And-
just like laid back with Oscar on his chest, and he's just stroking his head. With Oscar lays on him. Yes.
Forgive me, Rickon, and she will like lick, like kind of like on her palm, and just like starts rubbing his face.
No, human contact, human. he grabs that ball and goes, "I don't know what you're doing, but you seem like a very. You've referred to me as boy several times, so I'm not going to say nice leaning. You seem like a respectable leaning, but I don't need your strange bathing, bonding ritual or whatever this is."
Rickon, you seem to have sprouted a mustache during the night.
What? And he'll go into his bag and he pulls out a steel mirror that he has.
Yeah. You see a very fine curly mustache that is completely out of place.
And as Rickon is observing herself, she will do it again and start wiping.
He allows
Wait,
it, but he's just glaring, and he goes, "Who is the 12-year-old who did this?"
When Marba hears that Rickon's sprouted a mustache, he's gonna walk over and he's gonna like put his spectacles on the end of his nose and be like, and he's like gonna be moving Rickon's head about as if to say like, I've seen this condition before. It's a mustachius hetius maximus, and yes. And
It's been drawn on Marble, get your hands off of me.
If he was gone enough, he knows it's there. We've told him, and yes, this will then become a Beardius Maximus, and
It's literally coming off. As he
Yeah.
points to
Yen is still like doing like the kitty, the kitty cleaning.
Dear boy, the cure. You found the cure. You must tell me what it was you did.
It's called saliva.
Leon and saliva, apparently, Mobber.
All of a sudden, the book is out, the quill, the ink is just like furiously writing all of this.
Oh my god. Yep.
Fine. Before we
Stay still, dear boy. I must get samples of all of this.
okay, but before we continue, Yensha, I feel only prudent to inform you that I am not a druid, as you may have thought from seeing me transform earlier into a bird. I have. At first, She saw that, yeah. She saw him turn into a raven and attack.
Would
At that point, yes. Right.
Would Yensha have like any idea, since not druid, would she have any idea what he is?
It's very rare.
Um,
Only his family has it, right?
Both you and your boyfriend has it, so rare and rare.
Well,
It's different
were-raven and
kinds.
were-bear is different.
Yeah, where ravens are a family line.
Also somewhere.
I make a nature check. Make a nature check.
It's not rare, it's rare.
It's rare.
Yeah. But it would be, yeah, it would be rare though, because it's only a family line thing. It's like only his distant relatives have it. They don't bite people and pass it on.
Yeah, it's not common. It's actually quite rare.
Oh dear.
I will say with a nature check, you have heard of lycanthropes. Lycanthropes are not necessarily rare. Well, they are, but they're not unheard of on any continent per se, because every place have their own lycanthropes. And it's not that common hereabouts. There are some were-tigers and jackal-were. Jackal-were are actually relatively common here. But those would be the main ones. You also know that there are like werewolves, but they are not at all present in this area. There are possibly other lycanthropes, well, that you don't really know of. Like you haven't learned about them, you don't know about them specifically, but you know that there are lycanthropes of different kind of animals. But you might be one of those.
Are you by any chance one of those jackal-were things? Just a different breed.
I would like to ask you to swear on your pride that you will not tell anyone.
She looks very confused over the pride statement, but she's like,
Your family group. I don't know what Lenin call a family group.
You would know that Leonas usually are called families or prides. Generally.
See? Or was it wrong? But yeah,
I see no reason to tell anyone. If you
Just
don't
promise,
wish to.
please. It's not so much as
He's a bit as he's moving his spectacles. He's a bit like and wary.
I see.
as you know, I am a royal, and I do not
Yes.
wish for rumors to spread about my condition. It's something we've kept to ourselves because the public don't really have a great relationship with were creatures. So I would prefer if you promise not to tell anyone.
I don't see any reason why I should if that is what you wish. So I guess I can promise you that.
Good. I am a were-raven, and I will be wishing to use my abilities to fight. Now that I'm away from my town of Edelstoff, I feel like I am more free to transform, and because I'm not wearing royal clothes or any form of royal, that I can really transform, and that kind of will gesture to the fact that I'm wearing like desert clothes that the butler got me now.
Yep.
He feels a lot more safer to turn into a yeah.
And Rickon, I mean no offense by calling you boy, it's just you're the same size as my smallest sibling. And I still see him as a boy.
Noted. But I will point out that size and age rarely coincide, especially if you meet a gnome. Talking to them like a baby would not do well.
I've never seen
mean
a
kicks.
gnome.
Tiny,
It-
about probably come to your knee.
Everybody looks at Bellegarde or something.
Is he a gnome?
No. No.
No, he's a dwarf.
Um,
You probably would talk to him like a child. Although, to be fair, no, actually, yes, you can talk to him like a child. That is one of the many ways he might understand you.
50 years old, you bugger.
And yet you still act like a completely grown. At times. We
I
love
do-
you, but at times.
I would like to point out though that so far as I'm aware, the only person who've done anything of delinquency in this group, really, is me.
Yeah, you can talk to Cassie like his chance as well. He'll love it.
I did mischiefs.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean-
be his mummy, and the butler can be his daddy.
Don't hurt the brother of the regent. That's treason.
Barbara's gonna hear all
It's treason.
Barbara's gonna hear all this and be like, "Is it treason if we're in another continent?"
would I?
Yeah,
May-
technically, yes.
May I ask the Dragonborn's age?
A million.
1,000,001.
He certainly feels that way some days when he wakes up off the floor. He's like, he turns to you and he goes, my ex. Whoa. Now, I was born in the summer of minus the one. Rodrin, what was the year I was minus the one, add the two, I'm 50, and he holds up his fingers and counts again. 57. 50,
That's bullshit. That is full on bullshit.
He's actually 57. Dragonborn don't live forever.
No. If I may ask your age.
Well, might just say it like this. Remember when the day turned to night for a minute?
Roll me a history check.
Me?
Yes. Nope.
Well, that's when I was born. What was it? 24 years ago.
Oh. I'm just glad I'm not the oldest one. Yay.
And what about you, Cass?
48.
Noted.
Now, Noel is gonna stand and look at you and just go forward. Right. Elf.
Half elf.
So you were... There is...
You're kind of cutting out.
Yep.
Oh. Almost forgot you were elf. Thought you were like Mother Bar. Years.
Oh no. I'm fully aware of how old I am. Especially since all the kids at school tended to point it out for me.
Yeah, well, try being me. You had to go through puberty early. Good thing I could change.
Yeah, that was fun. Not doing that again.
Oh, hell no. I had it twice. At the same time. It wasn't that fun. Male and female part are terrible. It should never be me.
Belga's going to look to Yensha and say, regarding Reckon's condition, you could actually liken him to a werewolf.
I've never seen a werewolf. I've seen jackal wares. I've seen maybe one were tiger.
Or don't or evil.
I think were-tigers are evil.
Well, if you want to go the whole like species evil, yes.
Species.
Yep, sorry.
I mean, I had a bounty, I got it.
Sorry.
Someone stirs up trouble, we fix. Like the bounty my dad just threw at me.
It's a good idea to fix them so they can't reproduce.
What was that, Rickon?
Are you completing that bounty while with us?
Well, it was a plan, yes.
Could I ask who you're looking for so we can keep an eye out for them?
I mean, I guess it's better to have more eyes. Yahar. Unseat? Question mark. Am I saying this right?
It would be. Let me look it up. Where is the name?
I think at Belagar's joke about liking someone to a werewolf, the dome is going to drop, and then a burst of water is going to shoot towards him.
Yeah. Yahar Ankisi.
Okay. Yahar Ankisi, a scumbag of Tomb Raider who has been scamming the, let's say, the wrong people. He's a lizard man.
A lizard man, right. Well, if he's tomb raiding, he should be... he might be near this tomb that we're going to.
And if I don't recall wrong, he had like this black tattoo of a rose.
Black Rose.
What?
What?
Yes.
Okay, he's definitely someone we're interested in.
We need him alive. Probably.
Well, that was
Mostly.
the plan. We, or my part of the family, usually bring people in alive because they're worth more alive than dead.
Who?
course.
Do you know who the client is who wants him?
My dad knows them. I just do what I got sent to do.
So
They
if
want him back
I'm-
alive. They get him alive. Or in pieces.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, as long as he is alive when the client gets him, it's fine.
Yes.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah. We're not friends of the people with black rose markings.
Yes, my father, or my papa. Love how he still wants me to call him that.
Well, I have mother. Mother gets terrible when I don't use the right pronoun.
Well, as like my father told me, he has been seen with a group of both mages and bandits. And I mean, the more help I can get, the more I can guide you guys around as well. A win-win.
He'll definitely be at that temple we're going to.
Yes.
Likely, yeah.
We
That's what the
don't...
black rose are after.
Again, I don't know who asked the request for this bounty, but I do know that they pay very well. And especially since they didn't like the idea of a new organization coming to town.
Okay. Can we interrogate him? Is there any conditions on him being brought back, or can we reverse it a bit?
You can talk a hole in his head while I'm going back with him. I don't care, as long as I deliver him alive.
Cool.
But
I mean-
please do not actually make a hole in his head.
Oh no, if I can make inroads into his mind, if you catch my drift.
And we just the arms and he's sorry, and he's alive.
Do I know about those rings that kill people once they drop to 0 HP? What is it? Loyalty bands? Do I know about loyalty bands? I mean, I know about them, but I don't know if Rick knows about them.
Make an Arcana check, I guess, or a History check, your choice. I will say Null does know about them, but I don't know if he's having the same thoughts.
Yeah. But I also need to
Got
roll.
a 20. I got a dirty 20.
30-20, okay. And Null, you can roll, I guess, with advantage.
Oh.
Like anyone who was in the forest
Third
knows
one.
that Cass can detect thoughts.
Yep. So you want to roll as well then?
No, it's more of a he will just say
That's his
when he said.
interrogation technique.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So you ask questions, and Cass will just seize that information if he can.
Yeah. So, Rickon, you would have definitely heard of these. You haven't stumbled upon them, but you've heard of them, especially in your order that you are part of. They have mentioned that some bastards escaped interrogation with the help of these.
Okay.
And Noel, you know very well of the loyalty bands. You know that some in the same business as you are wearing them constantly, especially when they're doing missions behind enemy lines and things like that. So you're very familiar with this. You even seen several of them, and like you've held them, you've been testing them, and you've been offered to have them on case of specific missions, but generally it's reserved for very dangerous missions.
And in Noel's case, they might not work properly. Probably. Yeah. So he hasn't used them that much or tried.
Yeah, but Rickon's just stood there trying to think, and it's like, my first thought that comes to my head is ensure there may be a bit of trouble capturing any of the Black Rose members, because they may have forms of preventing themselves from being captured alive. They're a very secretive organization. We've only happened across them by accident. So I know that something about loyalty bands. I don't know much about them, but I know they kill someone if they get beaten up enough.
Oh, in that instance, all the sales are gonna lay out information about how they work, how they function, and everything to Rickon.
Yeah, those. So if we do try to take him alive, just maybe he doesn't need his hands.
That was
Or
Would Jensha have known about that? Because as a bounty hunter,
Yeah, I guess you would know as well. Or, well, you can roll for it. Roll a history check with advantage.
Because we just told her.
Yeah, but also because of her experiences.
advantage.
But just we don't put them on with at the brink of death. They are good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
I could
I would
always-
say
Suggest a course of action for them.
yeah.
Those rings are attunement. If we remove them from them, do they still have the attunement? The ring.
It'll only work if they're on the person.
As far as you know, they only work when they're on the person. But you know it's not always as easy to remove them as you'd think.
We remove the hands, arms. Should work.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Um,
Said remove their arms.
But yeah, Jensha, you, even with a 10, you would know of these bands. You're not entirely familiar with how they work because you haven't really...
You just had people die without no fucking good reason. Like, why?
Yeah, like you just capture them, knock them out, and they're like, why are they dead? And you're like, they weren't dead 5 minutes ago.
They were breathing and everything.
Well, before we take any drastic actions, there are certain things we can do with, without mutilation. I mean, physical mutilation.
I mean, yeah, but
We need him alive. That's the safest way.
I mean, I would really much like him alive. The price goes down like 70% if I fail this job.
I mean,
yeah, we'll just aim to cut off their hands or tell them to take off the rings. Yeah, I'll think of something when time comes.
So, are we?
I mean, we can also get the Dragonborn to make him smoke. That seems to work.
Well, then we must befriend them probably first. And if they know of you, they're gonna struggle or fight.
Of me?
I
We
think.
came from here. You're from here. You might have a reputation. We don't.
And she will give him a little bit of a smirk.
Cass is gonna get a very mischievous look on his face, and he's gonna look straight at Null. Just, what is it required for you to turn into someone else?
What? You mean like this? And I turn into Cass in a dress.
I look fabulous. No, I was thinking if we accidentally should kill this guy. Or,
Might work.
we turn this guy in alive, and then we want an inroads into the cult. He already has the tattoo.
Yes, so too.
Well, he has a. Jensha just said he has a black rose tattoo.
Yeah, but why don't we do this? And a black rose is gonna form on the armbar. See? Now Cass has a rose statue.
I was more thinking that if this guy is already known to the cult.
Yeah, and bara fellow stud in dress. Yeah, but what about this?
I think alike. Nice. Although that is a bit disturbing. Sorry.
Oh, I don't.
No, not the dress, the Feldstadt bit.
Yeah, and all is more like this persona doesn't work with this clothes.
No.
So
I mean,
yes, but much better. Oh, sorry about that, Jensha. Didn't mean to startle you.
And she will change shape into a smaller, more, what is it called? Tabaxi. I like this game.
What the hell are you?
fabulous.
And she will still flick her very long white hair. Oh, thank you.
At which point, Marbury's going to look at his pipe and just question his choices because he don't know what's going on at this point now.
Everyone's just changing everywhere.
Do I know Leonin that can shapeshift? What the hell? I'm so confused.
Yeah, can we do a history check or something on that?
Make a history check, I guess. I will say with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because none of you have really been to Stesia.
16.
Where is my history thing?
You need to beat a
One roll for
20.
me.
Oh, come on, that's a nat 1. I had a 21.
I'll roll for you, Jason. So I will say you have never heard of any Leonins or Tabaxis or anything that can change shapes or anything like that. I will say Null, you are a shape changer. You know there are some species that are also shape changers. There are also people that acquire shape changing like abilities through different means. And you also know that some half-breeds on rare occasions can not entirely switch, but they can sort of blend the two different species in a way, in a rare mutation. Other than that, you're not sure. I mean, there's also lycanthropes. Who knows? Maybe she's a Leonin or were-Leonin or were-Tabaxi. I don't know. There's a lot of things it could be.
Yeah, Notice just gonna go forward to her and hug her. I want another changer in the group. I don't count him.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a changer, sadly. It was a gift.
You can change.
I can change, but like it's not. I usually do it to get, the less threatening. Like you said, I do have a reputation. A big Leon and walking into a city with criminals. Usually people know what's going on.
You can be mean. You're walking to the next place. You can be nice. Nobody.
Well, I can only do this once a day, and she changes back to a big Leon and still letting Null hug her and be like, still
She
like.
does that. Null is just going up. Yeah. But I like it.
Like I said, I can only do this once a day. But it's useful.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can do this. Null is just gonna try and change and get cat ears and a tail.
Right.
Ooh.
I mean, you can do that without issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, I wonder if I can do this. He hasn't tried it before. So
he can't grow a
does-
tail.
No.
It's an extra
yeah.
limb.
I can do it, but I can't use the limbs. I believe.
Your ears would probably move.
You can't add
So your
limbs.
arm turns into a tail, or you just lose an arm?
I don't know about changing
like-
anatomy, but technically humans have a tail, so you would just need
They
to
have a tail
stretch the
bone.
bones.
They have a tailbone. So basically, what would happen if you would add a tail is basically, or ears and tail. Its ears would be basically moving up and just get up here instead. So the ears are no problem. The tail, however, is a little bit of a problem. So basically, you would see probably some of the skin being way more tighter around some areas than it usually is. And it's probably also kind of uncomfortable because you probably have to rearrange some bones to make sure you have room for said tail. So you're getting a slightly crooked posture.
Does a tail count as a limb? But in that case, we are ignoring the tail for now. But I'm using theirs. These are nice.
Yep. You can so slowly see as the sun is going down.
Mhm.
And it's not as hot anymore. Your dome comes to an end as well.
Yeah, Cass would end it when Belagar said that dumb joke. So he'll drop, make the dome go away, and then just flick his hand to get some water from the river and to try to hit Belagar with it. Just too early.
Belagor tries to raise the shield above him.
It's not like he can't hurt people with the water technically.
Does he?
Yeah.
There's always ways with creativity.
Yeah.
One can always
Try not to disturb the water too much. Ripples are not a good thing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
By the way,
If you want.
Ninja, how old were you? You asked about our ages.
Oh, well, I
Never got-
thought you weren't interested since you didn't ask back.
Didn't have it.
Well, I'm 28. The oldest of my siblings.
Just looking at Rickon. Boy. How old were Rickon now again?
How old
Yes,
is
I'm
Rickon?
still the youngest.
Well, again, it wasn't meant as an insult.
He's
Again,
he's
I
20.
didn't know your age.
Yeah, Rickon's 22.
Oh, you're much older than my youngest brother.
It's very fitting because Jason also looks the youngest of everyone.
Don't
Thank
worry. Don't
You're
worry.
welcome.
You're still handsome, Jason. Don't worry about it.
Is
And he flicks his hair.
L'Oreal, because you're worth it.
Don't think
Oh,
I'm the oldest
God.
here, but that's
L'Oreal
Please
sponsor
don't
me,
start.
or maybe not. I don't
No,
know.
don't start with the L'Oreal. No.
For real.
But yeah,
I might be the oldest in real life.
I feel like there's people way older than you in real life. Maybe
In
not in
this
this group. In this group, maybe not. But you know, you don't look
I mean,
that old.
Thank you. I'm not fishing for
well.
compliments. I'm just saying that of my gaming group, people
I
I've
can
had
see
as
the fishing
players.
rod over there. I see it in the background.
Yeah,
that's
you
a
have.
shrimp.
Yeah, you have the simp shrimp.
But yeah, the sun is going down, and your moorbounders are getting slightly impatient and are starting to move around a bit. So, what are you guys doing as the night is coming?
Yansha will walk up to her moorbounder and be like, "Oh, there, kin. We will be on our way. Don't worry about it."
He gives this gentle nudge and a little growling purr. And the rest of them are walking up to each of you. Noel, yours is kind of just walking up to you and just kind of turning around, and it's almost like pushing you with its side. And you can feel some sharp blades, and It does slightly hurt. But not too bad. So you're not taking any damage. But you get the feeling he still doesn't like you. Or she doesn't like you. I don't remember what.
He.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on it and don't be scared by this. And I'm gonna pull out the knife from the sheet.
It ignores you.
Yeah, and the light turns. What is it? 15 feet bright and 15 feet dim light from null. Goes
Right.
up in the night.
Alright. So your dagger is glowing.
Has the Moorbounder been hunting?
No. They've been kinda lazy about it.
Yensha will just make sure to go around giving them all a chunk of meat.
Yeah. They eat. Before they are gladly starting to race off in the distance with you guys. And I see someone typing. Let me see what you're typing. Well, yeah. I was just about to end anyway, so it's good timing. So basically you are rushing off in the distance and starting to get slightly darker. Let's move you to the next one. So you start running off in the distance. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you, Emil, for scaring the shit out of me.
Who is that? Is it a new deity or I've never heard of him?
No one knows. But yeah, you are running off at full speed. It's relatively calm for the most time of the night. And after a couple of hours, the sun is... Just as the sun is about to go fully down beneath the horizon, you can see just the edges and contours of what seems to be a relatively large city across the river far off in the distance. It's not the one you're looking for, but it's a relatively nice view. And that is where we're gonna end tonight's session, as they are riding through the desert and jungles and rivers through the night. So, I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed. I hope the players enjoyed. I certainly did. We're gonna be back next Saturday, and hopefully we'll be a full crew by then. There will also be more D&D tomorrow. No, wait. We didn't have Shattered Pieces tomorrow because our Dungeon Master's daughter's having a birthday. Like, that's important.
Right?
Yeah, like your birthday was as important because you canceled D&D for your birthday.
I mean, I like to say I'm quite important, you know. So like, just compliment me.
Over their birthday or something, I'm gonna drag your birthday through the mud.
I'm just messing around, but yeah.
Cool.
No D&D tomorrow. However, there will be gaming streams tomorrow instead. So feel free to check that out. And there's some more Return of the Sun Emperor. No, it's not Return of the Sun Emperor. It's a one-shot. I keep forgetting. It's a one-shot on Tuesday. Vampire hunting. And we'll see how that goes for Nicolo and Saint, and whatever Felix is bringing, and whatever Newton is bringing. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be 4-player one-shot. And
Seems like Rickon is in the wrong campaign for the Vampire Hunter.
Jason's just dragging Rickon instead in the wrong campaign for that one.
Yeah, but it
Well-
feels like this is the wrong one for.
I really want to make a new character and just make a Buffy the Vampire Slayer one.
Yeah, that's how it is.
She'd be a monk in D&D. She'd be a great monk. She'd just be like dan, because she just
we have
beats the
Willow,
shit out of vampires.
Or sort of Anya can be a demon.
I mean, you could just go with like a Hexblade Warlock Monk. Just why the fuck not?
And the enemies are bunnies.
Oh, then we would need Kalin from Sunday campaign.
Yeah.
He would go
Yeah.
on a murder rampage. He would become Rambo in that case.
Bunnies!
Yeah,
Bunnies! It must
Rambo
be
the bunny killer.
bunnies.
But yeah, we're gonna end tonight's session there. But before we do raid out, we are gonna go through favorite moments. So let's go to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or Jason the Bunny Slayer. Because you wanted
Why
bunnies.
am I killing bunnies?
I don't know. It's your choice. But who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
I am Jason. I am playing. We call the. Yes, the Tide Were Revenant. We have that Blood Hunter. Favorite moment. Oh, Oscar's voice returning. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny
I
dog.
just love Oscar when he talks. Yeah.
Speaking of talking with animals or talking animals, Yensha, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
I am Lily for Lily. I play Yensha, the Leonin changing barbarian. My favorite moment must be just Marber making his Moorbounder freaking addicted to smoke. It was just glorious.
Yep. You're
Just like,
making a hot
just
box
inhale
for...
this. And that Moorbounder like, yes, I like this dude.
Yes, we'll be high all day. Speaking of hotboxes, Marber, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment? As you're hotboxing everyone, everywhere, wherever you go.
Not
Almost like a weed cloud. They don't have sandstorms here. They have weed storms from Marber.
Hello, I'm Oopski. I am playing the resident Dragonborn pothead Marber. He's also a cleric occasionally, who likes to make up fake illnesses. We didn't really pay much attention to anatomy and stuff like that, so. Favorite moment has to be all of Belagar's dad jokes throughout the night. I can't help it. Being a dad, they tickle my funny bone.
They should not be encouraged. They should be discouraged.
I can't help it, Jason. I'm a dad. It tickles the internal part of me that
I'm just happy that I get to hear dad jokes I haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Just be given uninspiration.
I just want to give you a warning. At my job, I have a colleague. He and I can sit and essentially just crack one dad joke after another for 8 hours a day.
So we're basically having the expert on dad jokes. He like everyone knows dad jokes, but Belegar or Sir Duck, he works with dad jokes apparently.
We make
Speaking
them
of
up
that-
on the spot.
Yeah, so did my dad and my partner when they were building a kitchen for my parents. I swear they came up with like 100 kitchen-related puns over the course of just a few days.
I bet they
sounds
cooked a
like
lot.
they really drained on society.
They were cooking.
Yes.
Yeah, they were just hammering them home.
Yeah,
Jason, let's just go.
it's
Yeah, let's
it's
leave.
just overcooked.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I saw that from
Now let's shove this and move on.
Speaking of dad jokes, Belegar, who are you playing with? What's your favorite moment of this game?
Yes, let's stop screwing around. I think I'm Sir Duck playing the Ranger Belegar, and occasionally his best friend Stoffel. I think my favorite moment was possibly when Null tried to, well, make acquaintanceship with his riding beast, and almost failing miserably at it.
I mean, he succeeded, and then decided to turn that success into a fucking mess. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's
what
just
he was gonna
amazing.
do-
literally,
Let the DM finish.
you needed to roll above a 10.
Yeah, but
That's what you
because
wanted.
he didn't. He was just standing there, didn't do anything. So normal. What the hell is going on? I need to intimidate this fucker.
Yep. And you betrayed his respect. So, because of that, you are now disrespected. Speaking of said failure, or success to failure, Null, who are you playing? What's your favorite moment?
Emil or Fate of Night. I'm playing a Null, the changeling rogue sorcerer. Favorite. I think it was when Jensha was trying to remove the mustache, and then Mulder was gonna investigate it.
Yep.
It was such a small thing because he couldn't scare cast. That he missed the opportunity to do that, so I'm gonna do something else than bara train Rickon to not, be so what's it called?
Trusting?
No, not trusting, but him needs a better perception. He's training Rickon's passive perception.
Let's hope you have a good passive perception.
Better than yours.
Really? You sure?
Yeah.
Do you have the alert feat or something?
No, I have. What's it called? I have the perception check.
Skill?
Got like plus
Yeah, I have the
6
perception skill,
perception.
so it goes a little bit higher. That.
So it's
Yeah, he has passive perception. No, his passive perception is higher because he has proficiency in perception.
Yeah, proficiency in that thing. And I was gonna make it ease, but I didn't because I wanted Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Either way, speaking of not making the passive perception and getting mustaches on their face, Rickon, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
You have
I
done
already
it
did that
already.
one.
Did I do Rickon? Maybe I
Yeah.
did. Oh yeah, you did. Speaking of forgetting things, let's go to Ardana before I forget it.
You could have done a thing with, speaking of not missing stuff, we're going to Ardana.
No. Speaking of Ardana, before I forget about it. Who are you playing?
I
Wolf
mean,
Warrior
there
at
are
the moment?
several comments I could make, but that would take all night, so we're gonna skip that. Hello, I am Ardana or Joe or you there, since Lilith is actually here. I am the GM and channel runner over at The Lorite, and today I've been playing Kaz, our for once reined in wizard. What is this shenanigans?
Yeah.
He only caused a little bit of mischief. And I think my favorite moment was Yensha dropping Oscar on Rickon. Just lift up. Here, this is yours.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oscar getting the highest constitution saving throw of everyone. Except the dwarf.
Yeah, I have a second one, but I'm not sure if there's anyone else left except our DM.
I don't think there is. If otherwise,
Right.
then remind me, because I'm about to forget it. As hello, I am Vitskuga, and I am the dungeon master and the streamer of this channel, and the creator of this universe as well. So, my favorite moment is there's so many, and most of them have been taken. Knock knock, who's there?
Quack.
Quack who?
Quack doctor.
God damn it. But I think my favorite moment was I think it's just when Yensha was wiping the mustache off from Rickon, and Marbor is just like, "You discovered the cure!" I was completely serious about it as well. Like, that means they have been tricked so many times, and they never realized it was actually someone making a prank. So he still believes it's a real disease, and he's like, "Oh, Leonis saliva is the cure." I wonder if it works on beards as well.
As long as he doesn't try taking samples.
Oh, he will.
Ideas.
He will.
Your passive perception?
Oh god.
God, making cats alive in the middle of the night.
You're gonna wake up with Marble just like with a cotton bud.
He's just holding your tongue out and like.
Scraping the tongue to get any saliva.
Just waking up with like this super dry tongue.
And Nell's gonna wake up with a Rickon above him.
If
It's like with an entire ink well.
Jar.
you have
What's gonna happen is you're gonna draw
Like,
something from it, and then
seriously.
I'm gonna be like, I have the cure.
but does Rickon know who did it yet?
Probably
In
not.
any
He
case, there are
does
probably
not,
two
not yet.
people. No, but there are two suspects. The usual suspects.
Yeah, there's literally only two that could be. I think. Or technically three, since he hasn't known Yensha for a long time, but.
Yeah, Joe was trying to help him, so he's.
Yeah. But either way, with that said, what was your other favorite moment before we leave, Ardana?
My other favorite moment was Stoffel and the Moorbounder.
Other than the Moorbounder, I love it.
Yeah, well, the Moorbounder's like, oh, heavy. You need to lose some weight. I was like, the giant, the honey badger's almost as big as the moorbound. Come on.
Yeah.
And a honey badger and a pool of water.
Yes, that was fun too.
All right. But with that, we are gonna end tonight's session. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. We'll be back on next Saturday with some more Calamity of Astralia. Tomorrow I'll be streaming some games. I'm not entirely sure yet what, but it's either Dead by Daylight or maybe some competitive games like Rocket League, or maybe it will be some story games. I was also considering 7 Days to Die with Twitch integration to let you guys fuck around and make my life miserable in game, which is tempting because I love when you guys mess around with me, but
that's my mission, but not in game.
Yeah, you mess around with me permanently 24/7, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But if I stream tomorrow, I will probably start around either 10 or 12. And that's Swedish time, so 9 or 11 UK time for those in the UK. But with that said, we're gonna raid out. And as I'm looking, we are having quite a few that are streaming at the moment. I'm thinking we have Call Me Angelic with some League of Legends, Capt Casa with Organizer. We have That Ginger 93 with some Fortnite. We have Royal Welsh TTV with some Phasmophobia. We have Cheeky Tiffers, who's just chatting at the moment, and seems to be... Is she having a subathon? Let's see. I think she's having a subathon. Okay. She's having a subathon and currently painting a balloon. So we could raid her, or we have Ark with Cyberpunk, or we have Sarah with Outlast 2. She's playing horror games, loves being scared, and has a lot of ways to do that, but we raided her 2 times. So I feel like we should raid someone else. Phasmo?
Yes, before our Dragonborn falls asleep, he's already hitting himself with a pipe.
Alright, in that case...
Don't fall asleep yet.
Well, you never know. Sometimes it can be fun being raided by someone who's sleeping. You never know. But we are gonna raid out then to Royal Welsh. Royal Welsh TTV, who's currently playing Phasmophobia. So give him some love and support, and scare the shit out of him, and we will be back tomorrow with some more streams. So until then, hope you guys have a wonderful evening, stay safe, good night, and goodbye everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Quack, 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 quack.